Staying relevant in your online marketing can be a challenge, especially with the constantly evolving digital landscape in our marketplace today. However, there are a few key strategies that you can use to ensure your business stays relevant and top of mind with your right fit customer so you can keep reaching them with your service or your business or your message and engaging them in your business. I'm Katie Hornor. Welcome to the Flamingo Advantage podcast. Episode 5 was where we went into the first part of this 2-part series that we're finishing up today. And so if you missed episode 5, go back and check that out, theflamingoadvantage.com/podcast. Go back and listen to that. You can also take a moment and share this with a friend because your message matters, their message matters. And every week on this show, we are equipping faith-led business owners to get your message out faster and easier to a world that needs you. So please help us by taking a moment and sharing the show, subscribe wherever you are, give us that thumbs up, all the steps, right? We all want to stay top of mind for our right fit client, not obnoxious, not invasive, but helpful and present and right there at the right time when they need us. So how do we do that? Well, first, it's important that we regularly update our website and social media profiles. Now, this is not rocket science. If you thought that's what you were going to get today, I apologize, but we're just pretty down to earth here, talking about flamingos and how to be boldly us in the world. And part of you showing up as you is you keeping your social media profiles and your website up to date. Does your messaging match across the profiles? That little profile blurb that you have on your Facebook page and your business page and your Instagram page and your TikTok page and your Twitter, does the profile match across the board? Are you showing up who you say you are, no matter where it is that people are coming across? It's super, super important that your information stay current, that it stay up to date, because it shows your audience that you are active and engaged, and it helps them to know exactly what you do rather than be wondering, oh my goodness, here she says she's a business coach, and there she says she's a blogger, and there she says she's creates course. You need to be consistent across all those platforms and be sure that you're keeping it up to date. You should also be updating your content on a regular basis. Google likes this. Internet fairies out there like to see that you're consistently updating that content on your website as well as on your social media profiles on a regular basis. Blog posts, videos, infographics, podcast episodes, shorts, TikTok things, whatever you are putting out in the world. You don't have to do it all, but whatever you do it consistently so that when people come, they can see that you are showing up consistently. Why? I have one client that is big on asking me this. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's not getting me anything. I haven't gotten any clients off of TikTok. No. But what it does is it shows that you are an authority in your space because you are consistently showing up and giving value on that platform. You are building a name for yourself. When they go and look at somebody else's profile, they're going to see that they haven't posted in 6 months and they're going to think they're not in business anymore, but not you, because your profile will be up to date and you will have current information that you are continuing to put out into the world. And by doing that, you will also get better and better every time at getting your message across and inviting them into the next step. You want to be more visible so that your people find you. You don't want to have to be the one out there beating the bushes, finding the right clients. That's an anxious mess. You want to be as visible as possible because the more visible you are, the more people who know about you, the more the clients come to you. The second key in staying relevant in our online marketing is to stay engaged with that audience who is finding us in all of these places. And so staying engaged with them also helps us keep our messaging on point, right? So this means regularly interacting with the people on my social media platforms or with the people leaving questions and comments on my website, with the people answering my emails. This means regularly engaging with them, following up with them on social media, not just liking their comment, but replying with a question, engaging them in conversation so that you can get to know them. It means responding to those comments and questions. It means answering the DMs. It means soliciting their feedback and input. And by soliciting, I don't mean spamming, but I mean just engaging them in a way that gets their feedback and input, similar to what we do here, where we're asking if you've got feedback on this show, we would love to hear it. Please tag us on social media with the hashtag #MyFlamingoAdvantage and let us know what you think about the content. Is there something you would add? Is there something else you'd like to hear about? Do you have an opinion about something that we're sharing? We would love to engage with you. We are soliciting that feedback. We are inviting that feedback from you. Why? Why? So that we know how to serve you better in our business. It helps us stay relevant to the questions you have, to the conversations that you're having in your head. It helps to build that relationship and that trust with your audience, but it also provides valuable insights into your audience's needs and the language that they use when they talk about what they need and the things that they prefer, their preferences. All of this helps you tailor your marketing, customize your marketing to that right fit person that you are attracting and or want to attract so that you can better meet their needs. And it proves that you're human. People don't want to do business with big brands so much anymore because a big brand doesn't have a face or a name. They want to do business with humans, just the way we have done for centuries. They want to fall in love with you as a human. They want to be able to respect you and to trust you and to aspire to be like you. And to do that, they've got to get to know you. And you cannot get to know someone without that conversation, without that communication. And so they want you to realize that they're human too and to engage with them in a human way. And we can do that when we are active on our social media and become relevant to the conversations. We want to join these conversations that they're having in their heads and on social media. We want to be able to respond in such a way that they feel like we know what they're thinking. We want to know them so well that we know what keeps them up at night, that we know what they're scared of, that we know what worries them, that we know what conversations they're having behind closed doors, because we are having conversations that reveal that heart and build that trust with them. And we can get into those conversations and stay relevant by presenting the solution to the thing that they are fearing or looking for help with. We want to be aware of the things that they're talking about, aware of what they're seeing and hearing on the news medias. Being able to enter those conversations that they're already having will help us stay relevant. This can be done through your social media, but it can also be done through your website and your email marketing. So once people have opted in, you can continue those conversations through the email marketing. You say, oh, I don't like people writing me emails. I don't want to have to answer. Yes, you do. You want to have that conversation with that human. You want to be able to answer their objections before they voice them, even in the copy on your website or in the live chat on your website for customer service pieces. Help to answer their questions. Yes, I can help you. Let me help you. Tell me more so I can help you. That's what they want. They want you to answer their objections. They want you to solve their problems. They want you to meet those anxieties head on as they're having them. They want you to care because caring is human. And we want to do business with people who see us, who listen to us, who acknowledge us and our needs. And yes, maybe we're not all as special as we think we are, but we sure like to think we are. And when we care about that person on the other end, we can stay relevant to the conversation and we can have the opportunity then to earn their trust and help them take the next right step for them. Responding to things in a timely manner, it builds trust. It makes us reliable and trustworthy. It makes us a great source of information that they're willing to recommend to other people. If you want to dive into this even more, I want to invite you to go to our freeflamingobook.com website where you can get a copy of my book, The Flamingo Advantage, for free. Just pay shipping and handling. If you like what I'm sharing here, talking about serving your people as humans, you're going to definitely want to go get a copy of that book. There's a link in the show notes. But then the third and final way today that we're going to discuss about staying relevant to your audience, relevant in your marketing, is to regularly measure and analyze your connection strength, because this is all about connection. Just like a flamingo cannot survive in the wild by himself or herself, he needs the flamboyance. He needs the flock of the flamingos. A flamingo needs a group. You also need connection. You need that connection in order to be strong. Your people need that connection. And so if we're going to have connection, if we're going to be committed to serving our people, we also need to have a way of regularly analyzing and evaluating that connection with our people. This means we're going to have to track some metrics. We need to know some things like website traffic and clicks and opt-ins. We need to be thinking about social media engagement and knowing how are we doing? What is our own sort of score on engagement? How many DMs are we getting every week or every month? What's our email open rate and click rates? What are our sales conversations, et cetera? Using all of this data then to go back and improve what we're doing in our marketing. When we regularly review and analyze this performance, these activities that we're doing to connect with our people, we can then identify different areas that we can improve in. And this allows us to make sure that our marketing efforts continue to be as effective as possible. And it helps us to begin to see patterns that will bring in even greater ROI. For instance, if your greatest lead generator this year comes from speaking on other people's podcasts, and all of your buyers this year can be tracked back to having first heard about you on a podcast, then that's a pretty good indicator that that strategy for lead gen is working. Not just because it got them on your list, because they also became buyers. You want to be able to use that data then to say, you know what? I need to put more time into trying to speak it to other people's audiences on podcasts this year. This is what we do with the data. Data alone does nothing. It is not golden until you learn from it and implement an action because of what you've learned. And so if you're not tracking it or learning from it, you won't know. In a similar manner, tracking only is not going to help you grow either. Tracking the data just is data sitting there. You've got to be able to say, what does the data tell us and what actions will we take based on that data? And so just to kind of wrap this up, you want to stay relevant in your marketing. It requires that combination of consistent connection on your different platforms where your people are, where they are engaging, where they are interacting with one another and with you. It involves engaging them, having conversations, joining the conversations that they are already having, and then regularly measuring or analyzing your connection strength with your audience. And if you will implement these strategies, I can assure you that your business will stay relevant to your people, and it will allow you to continue to reach and engage an even larger audience that you can serve for God's glory. I'd love to know what you thought. If there are other things you would add to staying relevant to this, tag us on social media with that hashtag MyFlamingoAdvantage. We'll see you in the next episode.